Hello, beautiful people. How's it going? It is Alex Mackenzie. This is another episode of an experiment called Life with Alex Mackenzie. Oh, dude, I gotta get better at these intros, hey? Well, we'll figure it out over time. So what is today? Today is July 10th, and we are here in beautiful Medicine Hat. I've never been here before. We had a show last night at the Esplande Center. Not a fun one for a lisp, you gotta say again. Esplande. But dude, it was phenomenal. It's weird. It was a Sunday show. Don't really do Sunday shows that much, and dude, it was sold out. It was amazing, dude. It's one of those shows that you get where you're like, you know, I think this might work. You want to know what a roller coaster of a weekend? So this weekend, it was supposed to be Friday Moose Jaw, Saturday Saskatoon, and then Sunday Esplande Center here in Medicine Hat. Friday, dude, Moose Jaw, so crazy. I've never had this happen. I'm like, is something wrong? Didn't sell a single ticket. Like, marketed that show for 3 months, spent hundreds of dollars, did the same marketing I do for all the other shows, not one ticket. Even ended up switching venues from a theater to like a local pub to be like, okay, let's maybe scale down here a little bit, you know? Going too fast, never been here before. Went to the local pub, didn't sell any there either. Like, it crazy. Like, I can't figure it out. And you're like, it's very good, or very, very humbling, you know? Really slows you down. This should be on mute while you're doing your podcast, okay? Really slows you down, humbles you, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta pump the brakes on this whole thing. You know, it's not going that well. Dude, I don't know. It's so quick how your mind does that. Like, you just start panicking, and you're like, no, like, you thought this was all gonna work, and it's not. And then you fast forward 2 days later, the Sunday in Medicine Hat, sold out theater. And you're like, what? Like, how is that dichotomy there? That it from there to there? But I think that's just part of the game, man. It just seems to be that. And it's so much fun. Like, the best part of this whole thing, it's, to quote my boy Macklemore again, it's, there's no shortcuts in the craft, because the craft is actually just the path to discover you. And that's my favorite part about this whole thing. I just get to keep going, like, who is Alex Mackenzie? And what is it like to be Alex Mackenzie? And, you know, like, you're learning, like, you gotta chill, dude, with the ups and downs. Like, I get so highs and such lows, like, just trying to, like, let's just smooth this thing over, breathe. But the other part of that, though, is I like the highs. It's so fun. Like, I don't think I just want to live that, like, Buddhist, like, hum, you know? I like the ups, and it's just learning to, like, to sit in the downs, which I really did in Australia this year. When I was in Australia, I saw my ex for the first time, and I hadn't seen her since we broke up, since COVID, since she left Canada, and so it was very, very difficult for me, and I had a hard time with it. But then I remember I went back to my hotel room, and I just had a good little cry. I just had some good cries, spent like good 3 days crying when I was there in my hotel room by myself, and it really showed me, like, my amount of personal growth. Because in the past, if I would have been hurt like that, I would have, for one, I probably would have said some mean stuff to her. I would have, like, my frustration, I would have lashed out. Because what happened, she did something that really upset me. Like, she ditched me for this dinner with a friend, and I thought we were supposed to have plans, and it was this thing and then it really hurt me, and it was just bringing up the old wounds in that. And instead of, like, lashing out and be like, hey, this thing you did, and, like, been rude or mean, I did not do that. I didn't resort to, like, drinking or doing any drugs or eating a bunch of bad food or do anything, like, damaging. I just went and sat in the feelings and had a good cry about it. And it was like, dude, look at how much growth that was. Like, look how much better you're getting at dealing with these things. And you realize, like, you know, some days you're just going to be sad, man. That's just going to be a sad day. And you're just kind of like, well, today's a sad day, you know? But then tomorrow might be a really happy day. And you just learn to, like, enjoy the whole spectrum of it all. Or I could just be a lunatic. Everyone's like, Alex, that's not how it's supposed to be. You psycho. But, yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm just a guy in a van with a dog, okay? Figuring it all out. Recording my life. So hopefully it helps you guys at some point where there's something of value in there. Oh boy, okay, hang on. I gotta have a marketing meeting with my boy Wes Barker, who is on the Hunger for Laughs comedy tour, people, which we launched this week. Another show. We had Vernon, and we have Kelowna launching in 2 days. We're coming everywhere. So we're doing Kamloops, Vancouver, Duncan, Kelowna, Vernon, Prince George, Red Deer, Grand Prairie. Doing 8 shows this year, up to a 3,000 seat arena, which is going great. Thank you, Prince George. Ticket sales are coming in, which is really good. All the shows are selling tickets right now. So take that, Moose Jaw. Huh? What's up? We're already selling shows for tickets in November, and you guys are missing out. So there. That might be a cool little story, though, when I'm rich and famous, right? You're like, hey, Moose Jaw, guess what? This weekend we're off, so we took this weekend off. It's my mother's birthday. And then we are also getting caught up on a ton of work. We're coming up on our first year end, our first corporate year end. So I got to do all of that. So a lot of bookkeeping stuff to do that I've never had to do before. So this is a new learning experience for me. And then we got to do our sales forecast for next year and get those numbers together. Then we got to go to the big boy bank and try borrow some more money so that we can keep this show rolling, you know, and do some investments and grow the tours bigger and bigger. Yeah, because that's the thing, dude. You just always want it just a little bit bigger, you know. I want to do a full, I hope, like 3 years, Hunger for Laughs, like full arena tour, I think. Maybe not 3, not in all of them. Like Vancouver, in 3 years, I want to be in the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. So that's like a 3,000 seater. In 10 years, Rogers Arena. We're doing Vancouver. So we'll do like, start with just lower bowl probably the first year, which will be like 10,000 seats. But then after that, we're opening the upper bowl and we're doing the whole thing, getting 20,000 people in there. And it's going to be so cool, man. Also, our special's coming out soon. We're submitting it to Amazon this week. So hopefully that gets approved and we get that put on there. And then I will also self-release onto the YouTube and put that out there. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm very, very grateful for all of this, man. And thank you guys for following along and cheering me on. Upcoming shows is Calgary this next weekend. We're hosting at the Laugh Shop for my boy Chris Griffin. One of the nicest humans you'll ever meet. Like, you know, and just genuine. Like when you talk to that guy, you're like, he's something very special to me, man. Like that guy has become such a mentor and just a really good friend in comedy. I don't think there's anyone else I turn to more than Chris. Like when I'm struggling with an idea or whether it's like mostly like just personal stuff, just the pursuit of the path. You know, he's been doing it a lot longer than me, and he can tell me, I remember when I was at this stage, I remember that, or like, you know, and just like navigating the whole artistic pursuit. So it's really good to have those people. I think having a mentor, someone to look up to, is like you need it. You have to have that. And then different people. I think everyone can be a mentor. Like, it doesn't, like, all of your friends, like, everyone knows something you don't. And if you go at life with that angle, where you're like, what is it that this person is trying to teach me? Or what can I learn from them? That almost sounds kind of creepy, hey? What can I learn from you? You just sound like you're trying to suck all the good qualities out of everyone. Just a vacuum for good quality sucking. Give me what you got that's good. And give me your good and your good. You're just so self-serving. I want it for me. Maybe, Alex, flip it around and think, hey, not what you can do for your country, but what can your country do for you? That's totally backwards. You got to do all the things that they want to do, and they'll do the things that you don't want to do, and just do the things, okay? If there's something you got to do, just do it, and don't even think about it. Just do it. Okay, before we log off here, 30 seconds left. We got to get out of there, out of the hot seat. Kootenays, we're coming there. Cranbrook, Invermere, Golden. Those tickets are selling very well. Dude, I'm so excited to come there, man. We have that. And then the special release is coming out pretty soon, so watch for that. And yeah, tell your friends to tell a friend. And I love you guys. This is a very brief little meeting here. And I will see you again next Monday for another episode of An Experiment Called Life. Thank you. I love you. Mwah.